Well, there is exciting news in the fight against cancer. The possibility of a blood test that can scan 1 billion healthy cells and find a single cancer cell among them.
It's being called a liquid biopsy. Major cancer centers across the country are starting studies on this experimental test. Dr. George Wilding is the director of the Carbone Cancer Center here in Madison. Welcome to Live at 5.
Thank you for having me.
Well, this is fascinating news to anyone and everyone who's been affected by cancer. What is this exactly that we're talking about?
Well, it's very exciting. The technology is advanced to the point where we can find the needle in the haystack, the one cancer cell out of billions of cells. That's very exciting. We know that we can count the cells in the bloodstream as to how many cancer cells are there, and that might correlate with how you are responding to treatment. If the number of cells go down, you might be doing better on your treatment. So that's very exciting, but that's pretty limited as to how we could use it. The most exciting part will be being able to isolate the individual cells and do genetic testing on them so that we could determine this is the best treatment for you, but this is the best treatment for someone else. So that's a ways off. The technological advances are there to isolate the cells, and that is exciting.
So it's not necessarily a detection per se. Right. So it's not going to eliminate like mammographies
won't be used for screening, won't be used to diagnose whether you have cancer. It will be used to determine what the best treatment is. Are you responding to treatment? Those kinds of things will be the initial applications of that.
And it's still obviously in the embryo stage. I mean, when
still
realistically,
in the early phases.
When realistically could people benefit from this technology?
We know that clinically now we can count the cells, and there is a commercial product to do that. The news that came out this week was based on nanotechnology, microfluidics. That means taking the blood and pushing it through very, very tiny chambers, similar to your smallest blood vessels, and to use that to be able to count the cells and isolate them. There are a number of groups doing this. What was shown earlier this week were groups from Mass General Hospital in Boston. We have members of our engineering faculty, David Beebe actually, in the Cancer Center that is doing very similar work. And right now we're collecting blood on breast cancer patients and prostate cancer patients, trying to show that we can measure, count the cells, isolate them, and then what can we do with them.
Any advance in cancer research is a step forward, that's for sure. Doctor, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wilding. Good to see you.
Thanks.
Well, a cold weekend is on tap. Might be a good time to take in a movie.
Up next, we'll check out the new